Hello, and welcome to an A to Z News Update. I'm Jake Erickson alongside with Mark Potter. Here's what's happening at AB today.
The school had a visitor this past Wednesday that bared watching.
Yes, that's right. A black bear, not your average bear, was spotted right by the softball field in the woods.
Apparently, the bear was initially spotted on Hayward Road and then went into the woods behind Parker Damon Building and then towards the high school.
After he was spotted, Dr. Campbell came over the PA and announced the school was on lockdown, meaning students could not go outside in the building for any reason.
After about an hour, though, the bear left the premises and the lockdown was lifted. Where the bear is now, no one knows, but we wish him the best.
In other news, on October 15th, there are the junior PSATs. Registration begins next week from Monday to Thursday during all lunches in the counseling office. Make sure to see Mrs. Chiuzzi to pick up the registration form in the counseling office.
You can pay by cash or by checks made out to ABRHS for $30. The last day to register is October 6th.
Seniors who park in the senior lot, if you do not have a parking sticker, you will now be fined $20 per day.
See Kenny Priest in the parking office across the hall from the woodshop to purchase your sticker as soon as possible.
Beginning this Tuesday, October 4th, all exterior doors except the front door will be locked during the school day.
Some doors, though, will be equipped with keypads that will allow students to enter using their lunch pin numbers. Below is a list of those doors.
If you don't know what your lunch pin number is, you can log on to the parent portal and find it under My Schedule. This is a significant change to the day here at AB, and Dean of Students Mr. Kavanaugh said more about the changes and why they are taking place.
So on October 4th, all exterior doors to the high school will be locked except for the front door. This will only apply to the school day, which was 7:23 to 2:18, and there will be access to some doors around the school for students and staff. Students will have access with a keypad. The code they will use to enter these doors will be their school lunch code. Those doors that will be accessible are the southwest stair tower. That's the one outside room 168. The west patio entrance, which is outside of 276. The gazebo entrance, which is outside the wood shop. The tennis court entrance, which is 104 out below room 104 east. And then the flagpole entrance, which is outside room 124 east.
And why are these changes being put in place?
So we thought that this would increase the safety around the school. It gives us the ability to know who's entering the building from all areas and all sides throughout the day, making the students and staff able to focus on the learning that can take place here in the school.
We will be back with more A to Z in a moment, but first, here's this public service announcement.
Have you ever been in this position? It's likely that you have, because 85% of teenagers are not getting enough sleep. Every teen needs at least 8.5 hours of sleep, but more is better. Teens who do not receive enough sleep are at a higher risk for developing diabetes, obesity, cancer, and increased mortality. So put away that textbook or whatever else is keeping you awake and get to bed for a full night's rest.
The semi-formal dance is back and will take place on Saturday, October 15th from 7 to 10:30 p.m. The evening will include dinner, a DJ, and dancing in a festive setting.
Tickets are $20 and will be on sale during all lunches through October 7th.
Students are encouraged to buy tickets early. All tickets will be sold prior to the event, and there is a limited number of tickets available. You don't want to miss this.
ABSAF passes are now under sale. You can purchase the passes online at absaf.net, in person on September 30th at the varsity football game at Leary, in person back to school night, or by mail to ABSAF P.O. Box 662, Acton, MA 01720.
One of the newest and most popular restaurant destinations in Acton is the True West Brewery.
And while many of you might know about it or have eaten there, what you might not know is that it was started by some AB alumni who decided to come back home. Here's Joe Lehner with more in this community profile.
Recently, 3 Acton-raised brothers returned to their hometown in the form of a new business venture, True West Brewery. We spoke to 1990 Acton-Boxer Regional High School graduate Pete Henry, one of the 3 brothers and owners of the new business, about the brewery itself, and the decision to make a return to Acton.
So how's the opening gone so far? Has it reached expectations with everything so far?
The opening's gone really, really well. I think there have been a lot of unforeseen problems and challenges, but overall, we're really, really excited and really, really happy. It's nice to see the town of Acton, where we grew up, and a lot of our friends and a lot of our friends' families come and share time here with us, and how excited that they are about having True West here in Acton.
Next, we asked Mr. Henry about some of the challenges with the opening.
We have struggled mightily with some of the standards, just because some of us come from very high-level restaurant backgrounds, and coming into a community where we don't have people that are trained at that level.
We asked Mr. Henry how he and other employees at True West help the community.
One of the things that we have always done has been engaged with, obviously, the youth sports on the boards of hockey and soccer, and we give to the varsity sports here, and we sponsor a lot of the auctions that they do. We are a community-supported brewery and restaurant, which means that we have a lot of people that have bought memberships into the brewery, and the money that brings in goes to funding things like bringing in grains from all over the world, buying specific types of yeast, engaging with local farmers. So, for example, Roaming U Farm here in Boxborough and Littleton.
We spoke to head chef Kevin Helm more about supporting the community and the future of the restaurant.
I couldn't be happier with the way things are going. As far as plans for the future, it's just to expand to brunch, lunch, reach out to local farmers. We just started doing that this week with Applefield Farms. And, just doing more of that, building upon that, using the Acton Farmers Market to...
True West is the brothers' second location, the first of which is located in Dover, New Hampshire. We asked him for more details on the two establishments.
The Dover location, which is 7th Settlement, that is a community-supported brewery, very much like we are here. It took my brother Josh, who now lives in Dover, and as I said was AB class of '97, took him about a year and a half to raise the capital, go through construction process, go through all the permitting, because you have to go through federal, FDA, state, town. There's an awful lot that goes into being able to brew beer. And now they've been open for about 3 years.
With the completion of the Village Works project, Mr. Henry told us they had believed they had found something special to add to the community.
We saw just an absolutely amazing opportunity to leverage the park across the street, a front porch that sits out, and during the summer you're going to be able to let your little brothers and sisters go play over there while you have dinner and while your parents have a beer that we've brewed right here in Acton. And that was inspired by having traveled all over the world and gone to German beer gardens, where that's a pretty normal thing in Germany, for families to go out and to sit and kids to go play in the playground at the beer garden, and everybody to have dinner and have a beer and hang out and enjoy stories within their community, and that's what we wanted to do here.
During an average brewing cycle, the in-house brewery produces 240 to 280 gallons of beer, many of which end up on tap at the bar.
So right now, we've got 9 of our own beers on tap. At any given time, we'll expand to 12 and then probably possibly up to 20 of our own at any given time. And at that point right now, we are also serving other beers from within New England. So we focus on beers from Massachusetts and New Hampshire.
Lastly, we asked Mr. Henry about his plans for the future.
We've got plans beyond this to possibly do a third, as well as to do a production brewery, canning line, and engage another community the same way that Josh has engaged his current hometown of Dover, New Hampshire, and we've done here in Acton.
Just a few short years ago, this space behind me was nothing but a thick wall of trees, and now it's been turned into a beautiful stone center of culture and business. Armed with an in-house brewery and the novelty of being the only brewery/restaurant in the Acton area, True West looks poised to become a cornerstone in the Acton community for many years to come.
In sports, the football team picked up its first win on the season last Friday night on the road against Concord Carlisle. They will try and continue their winning ways at home on this home opener this Friday against Waltham.
On Thursday, the 29th, the varsity golf team tees off at 3:30 at at Westford Academy, and the boys and girls varsity soccer teams will face Waltham at 4.
That does it for this A, B to Z news update. I'm Jake Erickson.
And I'm Mark Potter. Be sure to look for more episodes of A, B to Z on our YouTube channel and follow us on at Twitter at ABRHS Media. Thanks everyone for watching.